Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Big Vince, the biggest of Vinces. Shout out to Zion, like always. I'm here with my co-host,
Coach Fern in the mother freaking building. And today on the Players Club, we got two special guests.
Finally.
We got first.
Oh, yeah, young Coach Z, a.k.a. Where's Your Mom at?
I fucking love it. Hey-o!
And sitting next to Coach Z, we got...
Old Coach Tupo.
Hey,
Man, too.
I don't even know where your mom's at right now.
he's like yin and yang, baby, yin and yang. Hey, but I feel like,
hopefully paying our player fees. Shit
Hey,
is due
for real.
soon. Shit is due soon.
but I feel like, we've been talking about this show for
Been
weeks.
a little minute. We've been setting this up.
But, Justin gave us a good name for this. What is it?
The Irish invasion.
Irish
is
invasion,
finally
you know.
here.
Irish invasion.
Hey, there you go,
Costume
He rocking
fitted.
it. He rocking it.
Bro, I walked in here, thought, you was the HC for Notre Dame.
Yeah, I thought we was pretending to be the
Thought it was
coaches that we
Marcus
bring in.
Freeman,
Yeah,
bro.
we bring
Hey,
in coaches
homie's
from
young
schools.
too. That's the crazy part.
That's right. Hey, shout out Dayton, Ohio product. We do it the biggest out there. So
Oh, the biggest.
coast to coast, coast to
Right.
coast.
Well, shit. Let's start in. I mean, let's get into the intros. Give us a little background on yourself, Z. Let's jump right into this.
Oh man, played quarterback for in college, D1 for Notre Dame with my guy, Coach Toot. He was the OG when I got to school. Man, it was crazy times, great stuff. End up after that getting into media, and then obviously stayed around football for a long time. Did some cool stuff in that avenue, and then got into coaching. I really love coaching. Coolest experience you could probably have coming as a player, and then just loving football, especially when the kids get better, and then coaching and doing all the other stuff. I mean, it's exciting once you're out of school and not having to have class to find out you can do so many different things, and that's part of what's been going on with me.
Nice. And then leading in to the boss / the homie all in one.
No, I'm just an employee at Lakewood High School. Just like all of us here, trying to give back to the next generation. My name is Justin Tupo. I'm fortunate to be able to lead Lakewood football. During these times, high school football has definitely changed.
Oh, man.
Facts.
But Lakewood is where I grew up during my early youth. And if it wasn't for my time at Lakewood, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. And especially in this position to give back to the program. And so, my journey started, my football journey started at Lakewood, and to be able to be here as a coach, it's a full circle moment for me and my family. And so I was at Notre Dame with Malik, and great time. And I think we're going to talk a little bit more about that later in the show. But if it wasn't for my time at Notre Dame, I wouldn't be who I am today as a coach and as a man. And so I'm grateful that you guys are having us on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, man, shit.
Oh, yeah.
These are, we've had some guests. We've always had solo guests.
Facts.
So I think these are the two, biggest guests, we've had on the show.
Like physically?
Yeah, we do take up some
Appreciate it,
space
bro.
on this couch.
ZB lifting out there.
Definitely take up some space for sure.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. I'm gonna ask. What was a little bit from both of y'all? What was that like having Notre Dame tap into y'all and be like, "Come here," or like, what was your whole like final decision, like from your aspect, and then from you, like, what was like, "Fuck it, this is where I'm going."
Like, ND's the place.
Yeah.
Well, for me, like when offers were being given out back when I was playing, it seemed like yesterday for me. But 2009, 2010, there wasn't social media, so it wasn't the posting every offer and things like that.
You're getting letters out the ass.
Yeah, so my head coach was telling me when schools were offering, and so when Notre Dame offered, I was like, really? For me, it was humbling to hear that. And I had a few offers before that, but it was something about getting that Notre Dame offer where you really start looking into the program, the history, and doing your research versus some of the other schools that have offered. I'm like, oh, that's great, but you don't really do your research.
Yeah.
And so it was definitely a humbling moment for me, for sure.
Yeah, man, I got excited. I definitely found out more about Notre Dame after I took the visit. I didn't know too much about it growing up. I mean, I was just more Ohio State because I'm from there and all that. But after I took the visit, I was like, man, a black quarterback at Notre Dame, you write your own ticket. I mean, any quarterback that goes there, you can mess around and play. you know, you put yourself in a prestigious category at college football. Because being a quarterback at Notre Dame is a little different than being a quarterback at like Cincinnati. But, you know, if you want the ultimate challenge, that's the place to be. You independent, you prime time, leading the team. You're not playing for nothing but a ring. So it's a good challenge if you're trying to, at the time when I was trying to be the best in the country, good place to be. And when they offer you, it's not like, you know, it's one of those like, okay, well, now if you get off from Alabama, it's like they got to be top 3 no matter what.
Yeah,
no matter what. It's just like, it's
especially
Alabama.
back then around that time frame, Notre Dame was like,
Yeah, so you get off from Notre Dame as a quarterback for position specific. It's like, all right, you done hit the holy grail. There ain't too many other places you want to go just for position specific. And so I felt like if I could go there and play at the time when they was at the championship, I'm like, well, it ain't nothing else. I mean, if anything, I could prove, okay, if I'm not ready for the league or whatever, that's the place where I know for sure I get an answer.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be like I play super tough at Rutgers and then not get a chance. You know, because they like, you was at Rutgers. So if you ball out at Notre Dame, there's just no way you're not going first round and all that. So when an opportunity like that came up, I was like, hell yeah, you know, you can't go away from it. And, you know, it ended up being a great decision because you find out so much more once you get to school and you're like, damn, there's other things that you can take it from there. And so it's kind of how it happened for me.
what was y'all's almost?
Yeah.
What was your almost?
Oh wait,
like,
before he goes to the almost, let's talk about some of the, like, you know, the schools that offered. Like, how many did you only have, like, you know, Notre Dame and like 3 other offers? Did you
was
have
it like Notre Dame was way above everybody?
Did you have like 70? Did you have like a list of offers? Like, were you just pulling in offers and?
I was fortunate to have, you know, several offers.
Yeah, I had a couple. Yeah, I had a
mostly
good amount.
for me it was mostly West Coast teams, Midwest. Not a lot from the SEC, not a lot of those schools, but like I said earlier, when Notre Dame offered, it definitely stood out.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in Southern California,
It just stands
we
out.
played USC played Notre Dame every year, and so we always watched those games. And all my families were, you know, diehard USC fans growing up.
With somebody gold helmet, huh?
And so I was hoping for an SC offer.
Yeah.
Like that was, you know, the almost school for me was UCLA or USC. Being able to stay home, close to home, obviously comfortable playing in your own backyard. But Notre Dame offered, and I was excited for that challenge to be able to get away from home. Stepping out of that comfort zone, I think was big for me because you grow up in a Polynesian family, you're at home growing up. Yeah. You're not allowed to leave the home.
Everybody
you
at
know,
home.
you go into a church activity, a family activity, a school activity.
Yeah.
There was no hanging out with friends, going to parties. And so when an opportunity presented itself to leave home,
I'm out of here.
I was like,
I'm out.
when's my flight?
Bro, get me out of here, bro.
They got the call that they offered. All right, I'm out.
Straight up. And I was big on talking shit too. So in high school, I went to a Catholic school. So, you know, a lot of kids, you know, were pretty, you know, well off in terms of knowing where they wanted to go. And so having Notre Dame offer, they was jealous of that in a sense. They was like,
That's a crazy flex, huh?
even valedictorians can't get in. So it just became a whole thing where I was
Hey,
like,
they was walking around like, man, fuck
yeah,
it,
I'm
bro.
talking
Like,
big shit because, you
fuck
know,
you, man.
at the time I was thinking about going to Ohio State. You know, Ohio State was cool. This
so
is
you had
the
the
first
Ohio State
year.
offer.
Yeah, it was the first year Urban. You know, I was thinking
Urban was looking at you like gold.
I mean, this is when he first got there. So this is the same year as when he got Zeke and all those boys. Cam Burrows was his first commit. Cam Burrows and I are from the same neighborhood, so we had went up together. So Ohio State was definitely my top choice until Urban got there. It's crazy. Urban got there, I didn't want to go there anymore. But Wisconsin was a big school for me, Coach Chris.
Wisconsin.
It was the time Russell Wilson was there, and they got Taylor Martinez, that whole thing.
Taylor Martinez.
Man,
Crazy.
that's crazy. It's like that was like 9 years ago,
Bro,
You
see-
remember that shit? Yeah,
Yeah, it's literally like he said earlier. It seemed like yesterday.
yeah. It seems like
like
fucking,
yesterday.
like Nick Toon and all those
Yeah.
guys. Like
Way
man,
back in your day. No.
yeah, straight up, straight up. No, but yeah, college football was just super exciting. You know, growing through the. Like, it wasn't no social media hype. So the only hype you was really paying attention to was like the rivals, the 247s. You're like checking this shit every day. And you're like NCU football camps, the National Underclassmen Combines, huge Nike camp, Army Combines. So it was like circling the calendar on the for me on the map of dates of like, all right, I got to be at this Nike camp. Got to be at these one-day camps. The one-day junior camps were huge. I got my first offer from Cincinnati, and at that time, everybody's first offer on that side of the world was Cincinnati. So if you got Cincinnati, you was big time. You was good.
That's
you
your
was good.
leapfrog.
That's when they was trash. When they had Butch Jones.
Yeah.
But it's D1.
Yeah,
it's
it's D1
sleeping
though,
as
yeah.
D1, but that was everybody's first D1 offer if you was gonna make it big. So that was my first offer, and then after that, it became bigger. But I mean, just that time was super exciting. You want to go to all the schools. The recruiting trips are super cool because you grow up wanting to be a part of that. So when it pays off in high school, you're like, okay, I know I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
So it's motivating, and then going to Notre Dame and being able to talk shit to kids who, you go to high school with certain kids who don't care because they already got the money and all this and that.
Yeah.
Well, if they checking for you because you doing something they can't do, I thought that was always a pretty cool thing because I was in class at Ohio State offer, so some of the kids in the class that wasn't doing shit every day, because I was taking football, you take football serious in high school where you like, I gotta get up. Kids in class was going to Ohio State too, but they wasn't doing shit. So I just felt the way like I need my hard work to felt like it meant something on the level where people would be like, oh, you did something. So Notre Dame was that for me. And I think a lot of it was that I went to a Catholic school, but if I went to like a public school, I probably would have went to an Alabama or Wisconsin or something.
Yeah.
So it was just easier to go to Notre Dame going to Catholic school.
Oh yeah, because it's real similar.
Yeah, very true.
But
very
so now you get to Indy, right? And we'll start with you. You got there first. So who are some of the names that are in your position group when you get to Indy? Because you play with some pretty big names.
Yeah, so I think on the defensive side of the ball, obviously my boy Manti Te'o was the leader of our defense.
He was killing it back then.
Even as a freshman, I mean, the moment he stepped on the field, he was an impact player.
Yeah.
And so he was the first player that I met on campus. I was walking trying to find my dorm.
Yeah.
And I just hear, "What's up, Oos?"
Yeah, I was like, you know what?
Hey,
there's not
not
too
that
many.
many of them.
Yeah.
But I smelled like spam, and he was cooking his fried little.
Hey, you were just drawn. You're like,
Wait,
George
hold on,
Foreman.
hold on, hold on.
Yeah, in the dorm.
Oh, I was like, wait.
George
bro, you say he was
Foreman
cooking?
was
All
a
I-
man
all-
best friend.
All I picture is him like outside by the park bench cooking.
We would cook eggs on the George Foreman in the summer.
Everything.
Everything. You could everything on that George.
So and he kind of took me under his wing right away, and so I appreciate Manti for that. Harrison Smith was our safety,
shit.
Yeah.
who is still making a killing right now with the Vikings.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best safeties to ever play the
I
game.
just saw he leads the league in INTs for active players right now.
Definitely underrated going into this. He wasn't highly recruited, right? He wasn't high. He was like a 3-star or something like
Damn.
that.
shit. Yeah.
And on the other side of the football, being a freshman and being on the scout team early on, having to go against guys like Kyle Rudolph and Zach
Yeah.
Martin and those guys.
Oh, Zach.
shit.
I
Fuck.
think
Martin.
Hall
I think-
of Famer.
Yeah, those guys helped me get better and develop my early years at Indy. And so played with some great teammates, great players. But I think, what's was special about those guys was they were big time players, but off the field, they didn't act that way. They were, like I said, Manti, hey, what's up, Luz? Come on up. You want to eat? They were humble. And I think that's what separated them from other superstars at big time schools.
Yeah,
and
you
so,
just see him walk by and you're like, dang, he didn't even look at me, bro. We're on
right.
the same
They
team. We was just in
won't
field
even give
together.
you the time of day.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
going on my USC visit, right?
Yeah.
Some of the big names there, I'm down my
Hollywood.
visit. They're not giving you
Oh, they're not trying to grenade like that.
not even looking at you,
Yeah.
And so I appreciated that from some of the big time players at ND. Very humble people for sure.
Yeah, that's lit.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it was like a superstar roster when I got there because I came early, and at that time we was at the championship. So I mean, quarterback room was stacked. We had Ev, he was going to the championship, he was red shirt. Gunnar Kiel was the number one player at quarterback in the year above me. Then I came, and then you had Tommy was there, Hendricks was there, so it was pretty dope. I mean, his Manti is my Jalen Smith, best player I ever played with. Jalen Smith, him and Will Fuller were my class. It was just dope, man, being at Notre Dame and having guys from everywhere. And I got to see a difference when I went to Florida, where 95% of teams from Florida. So when you at Notre Dame, you got guys from all over the country, damn near internationally. And so, and on top of that, you get to play against everybody in the country that you hear about anyway. So you get to play the Florida States at the time.
Yeah.
You get to play the Ohio States with Zeke and Michael Thomas and them boys. You get to play Kyle Van Noy and BYU.
Nice.
You get to play Stanford when they had that superstar defense end, the white dude that played for Washington Commanders. He was nice. I mean, you get to play everybody in the country that's nice in college football for the most part, except Alabama. That's the only team that I'll probably say I wish I could have played. But we played them. It just was a year earlier.
Yeah.
But every other team that was hot in the 2010 era, Notre Dame played. Every team that was hot, that won championships, we played them except Oregon. That was probably the only team.
Yeah.
Everybody else we had a shot at.
Yeah.
And you could only do that at Notre Dame. So the other thing about Notre Dame is that if you really was like, man, I want to just be everywhere and do everything and be at the top of the game, challenge yourself to be the top of the game, that's the best place to go because you play everybody and do it your own way. You're going to run across, we ran across Leonard Fournette, Jameis Winston, Zeke, Michael Thomas, Kyle Van Noy,
Fucking dudes.
Aaron Donald. We played Aaron Donald
At Pitt.
2 years in a row. I mean, we played every great Jalen Ramsey. You name it. We played everybody. Everybody that's balling in the league now, we played at Notre Dame during those 4 years. And that's the only team that you can experience that.
Right.
The only person we didn't play was probably Von Miller. Everybody that's balling, not playing, balling in the league,
Hey, so
we played at Notre Dame.
Coach Kelly was stacking that schedule then. He
Well,
was
it's just
I got
the
dogs.
nature.
Let me see what y'all got.
It's definitely the nature because half of this, 80% of the schedule are rivals. Michigan's your rival,
USC.
Purdue's rival, Stanford, USC's your rival. Anybody they put on the schedule. Then on top of that, they put a big game. So you'll play at Texas, you'll play Ohio State, you'll play, everybody. So
And
you guys are
even if
playing-
it wasn't a rival game, if it was a school like you said, Rutgers, it was Rutgers Super Bowl.
yeah, they play you like
they're
it's
playing y'all hard.
Man, so
Right.
everything you look on film is not actually that team. They gonna come out and do some shit. You like, you wasn't doing that last week. You wasn't doing that shit.
We didn't play
Man.
Notre Dame last
Y'all
week
playing
either.
so y'all won't die. Like y'all just
Man, I remember my last year there, like playing a Northwestern team. We're watching film and we're like, all right, this is gonna be our senior game. We got this.
We got the ass.
And
guess who the quarterback was? Trevor Simeon. He was cooking. Trevor Simeon literally would have had 400 yards and 5 touchdowns if dudes wasn't dropping wide open passes. Like, I'm like, are we making Trevor Simeon look like
Bro,
Tom Brady?
They came out with the annexation of Puerto Rico on their ass. You're like, damn, bro, what the fuck is this?
I'll never forget that because I was a holder for whatever reason. First, I'm talking about for whatever reason. I've never held my life. Coach Kelly that week's like, yeah, let's try you out holder. First extra point. They take it back for a fucking 2-point conversion. Fucking Scott. Fucking this long serve Scott. I'm like, Scott, bro, this is my first time. Don't snap it fucking hard. Like, what the fuck?
He rocketed that bitch.
Rocketed and it was low. And you know the low snaps where you got to pick it up.
fire.
Yeah. It was like, oh, fuck. And it was like slow motion. You know when you fuck up on the football field and everything is slow motion.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh, I can see it coming. There's nothing I can
Hey,
do.
just some big ass dude
Yeah, and
coming
it's like
at
it's
you.
all
You're like,
quiet.
oh,
And you're like,
fuck.
oh, this about to go fucked
and you're
up.
at home
And
and
you-
it's quiet.
Hey, at that moment he put his transfer into to Florida.
No,
He was like,
seriously.
"Man, there ain't no fucking holder."
Dude, I'm talking about obviously fucked it up, bobbled it. Dude comes, box the fuck out of it. So I'm the only one running and we down 8-0 or whatever. That's how I knew, okay, this is about to be a tough game. We making Northwestern look like
Right.
the Patriots.
fucking
Like,
dogs.
But bro, every game's like on national TV, right? When you guys were there. Well, so everyone's gonna want to. It's the Super Bowl for real.
Yeah.
Every game is shown on. It's like we talked about earlier when we were watching the Orlando Magic. Bro, the Orlando Magic get no TV time. Imagine if they get one TV game, bro. They balling out.
They were interviewing
Pablo.
Banchero, right? That's his
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
And they were saying he's the fastest rookie player ever to average
25
points a game. And I'm like, well, fuck, we
I
would have
didn't know
never
that.
known that because he plays for the Magic.
Right.
So imagine you're like Northwestern was like, man, fuck this. We playing on national TV. We about to ball out versus these dudes.
but nobody understands how hard that is. Like, you're preparing all week and the team is playing beyond their talent. They're like, who the fuck? I mean, they're doing stuff, calling trick plays, Guys are having their career games.
Right.
Like dudes having 200 yards. You're like, who is this?
Guys are hitting smelling salts every series before every series.
Like, hey, why you got that Gatorade bottle again?
You're
Yeah,
like,
you know,
what
yeah,
the
Yeah.
fuck?
They're
There was-
jacked up.
There was always a target on Notre Dame, and it was because the kid or the teams we were playing, those athletes wanted to go to Notre Dame,
Yeah.
couldn't go to Notre Dame,
Oh,
or
man.
they wanted what Notre Dame only had. Right, they were independent.
Yeah.
Could like Malik mentioned earlier, we traveled across the country playing. We didn't have to play in a conference and stay
stayed
on
at the
one
Ritz
side of the
Yeah,
country.
only
Yeah,
hit the
those-
states around you.
National televised games, like you said, the exposure. So
Yeah.
if they were playing against a team like Notre Dame, they wanted everything we had, and so we got the best from every team.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous after a point. It's like, man, these sorry ass teams playing great. That's why teams like Marshall beat us. Marshall beat us second week of the season. Gave the coach a Gatorade bath.
Week 2.
Week 2.
Yeah.
Week 2.
And guess what? They finished 5-5 for the season. It's like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah,
you
so
guys
they
are
won.
fucking.
They won.
They won the Super Bowl in week 2. They was like, oh yeah, it's over, quit. It's done. We won. We won the whole thing. So
Yeah,
Bro, so real quick, you guys mentioned you didn't get the chance to play Alabama.
I
But
had-
no, I was gonna say, so you got the chance to play Alabama.
I don't wanna-
But you played them for the whole thing. How was that? Because bro,
Well, talking not even before the way the game went. Just warm ups, knowing that's like a month break before the national
Oh, yeah.
championship, right?
we were undefeated going into that game.
Yeah.
and I think we were confident going into that game.
no, I believe
Yeah.
it.
yeah, it
Right.
should be.
And then when the game starts, you see a different speed.
Like
And-
NFL speed, I bet.
Yeah, yeah.
and
yeah.
they could hang with NFL teams. I thought that was one of the best Alabama teams and one of the best teams I've ever played against.
Yeah.
And so
Dudes is
the
freaks.
game got away from us early.
Yeah.
And we weren't gonna back down. We weren't gonna give up. And so we held it down. But we went into that game confident that we were gonna win.
Yeah.
Where was that national championship at?
Miami,
Oh, how was that?
the Orange Bowl.
How was that? The week leading up to that. Pretty sure the week.
The week leading up to it was
Yeah.
amazing.
What I'm saying, I'm pretty sure like.
Fogo de chao every night
I'll
type.
say, yeah, y'all eating good,
That's what I'm saying,
getting goodie
yeah,
bags,
Nothing
The
like them
best
trips on the bowl
bowl game
games.
gifts.
Oh man,
bro.
I just think
Was the Rutgers Pinstripe Bowl though? We got couches, beds, PS4s when they just came out.
They gave y'all
coats.
furniture?
They gave us North Face coats, like the
Hey,
big
low-key,
luxury
that's
ones.
a genius gift to a kid in college. You like, bro, we just got a brand new couch for
A
what? The
PS4?
whole game.
They gave
recliners,
us the P- when
had
they
USB
first-
outlets, you
When
could
they
charge.
first dropped, we had them things for you had it the whole time you was at school after that.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, those were the Rutgers Pinstripe Bowl best gifts. Cause they gave you like it was like, oh, you got 5 points, but like a couch was one. You're like, oh fuck, I'm about to go crazy.
But I would trade all those gifts for a championship.
Oh,
ring.
1,000%.
ring,
hands
Yeah, yeah,
down. And so
Yeah.
great experience. But like I said, when the game started and when the clocks hit 0, it sucked not being able to finish what we started, going 12-0.
Yeah.
we
That was
don't
a
play-
storybook season. Though.
Yeah, and we don't get a conference championship.
Nah,
No,
that's it.
yeah.
That's,
There's
it's
no-
your second
that's
place.
it.
That's it.
That was early in Alabama's run, right? Was
Nah.
it?
Nah,
no,
definitely
they were
wasn't early.
Nah, never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
That- but that's
They were
kind
down.
of that's kind of how not to bring.
Well, I meant
Oh,
like
sh-
those first few years. They
That
got
was like in the
rolling.
middle. That was
Yeah,
right
that
before-
was when they was
that
getting
was right
warm.
before
That was when
Ohio
they was on
State.
they
Ohio State
It was on
started
their
taking
second,
over.
third lap. You know,
They
them
do
boys
one of
was-
these. Like, watch this.
That's
Breaking
like,
their fingers.
That was after the Tebow years.
Yeah.
When they was mopping up Tebow. and
Oh,
they
my
said-
bad. It was Texas that started it.
Damn. Had to
It
say
was
that.
your school that
Texas
started
started that
Almost
damn
finger.
monster in
And they ain't
Alabama.
been back since. They might be good this year though.
Yeah,
But they ain't been back
yeah,
for a
yeah.
minute.
No, yeah, but like Justin said, it felt good to get there, but not finish. That's how like we felt this year. It felt good to get to that.
Are we transitioning to Lakewood football now?
No, but I'm saying like so
Uh-oh.
we've been there now. Like it felt good to get there, but like
Hey,
to
it's funny
finish.
that you said that. Well, it wasn't as fun our whole week leading into our
Oh, hell no,
championship.
hell
it was
no.
freaking
No.
Medic City. But
yeah,
see,
no,
at
no one
Lake-
gave us no champions or no sofas or shit.
Well, that's the difference. Like at Lakewood, we started 0-4. At Notre Dame, you can't start 0-4. You don't have a shot at playing
Yeah,
for the
if you lose
championship.
2 games in September,
It's a
you're,
wrap.
you're
Your
like,
season's
bro,
a wrap.
I'm training for the draft.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
What's the point?
Every man for himself at this point. Like fuck
Yeah.
this.
And it happens too quick. I think particularly at Notre Dame, like you was saying, because like you said, it's like we're looking on being undefeated every year until the playoff thing changes,
Right.
where you can get in.
Like
But
top 8.
it's just not even fun anymore once you lose enough games knowing you not have any chance to get in the playoffs. Because it's like, damn, we know our season has an end date for sure. at
Once you lose that
point.
second game, you're like, man.
So you got to play your best football right out the gate.
Yeah.
From the
I
jump.
mean, you can't
excuses.
start slow. You got to come out fast. And it was important taking it one game at a time.
No, yeah, that's what you got to.
It was tough at ND knowing that you blow this game, it don't matter about game 4, 5, 6,
We
7.
lose 2. The rest
Yeah,
of the
there's
season's
nothing
a
you
wash.
can do because it's like the way it was.
Yeah.
You got to go undefeated to go to anywhere close. to
That shit
playoffs.
must be tough. Imagine you only have one loss, and then like you're in a close game in the back of your mind, like, bro, we lose this game.
Yeah.
We're packing our bags. We just getting ready for a
That's
bowl game
it,
at this
yeah.
point.
So at Lakewood, we lose those 4 games. We're still confident that we got a chance to make a run.
Yeah.
We have a one game mentality, one game at a time, and so our staff did a good job, kind of keeping the team together, keeping the team morale high. I think we did a good job when league started. We kind of started playing our best football towards the end of the league, and it carried over into the playoffs.
I think there's a lot of things people don't get about high school football. I know it's the same with college too, but it's like, bro, we fucking Dr. Phil.
Oh yeah.
Like every other day about something, bro. It's like, and it's not a bad thing, but that's the shit people don't see. They just see the 562 video on Friday if you fucking blew it, and they're like, "Oh, you guys suck." Like, okay, you didn't know that Monday our fucking quarterback had a mental breakdown. Tuesday our fucking linebacker didn't show up. Wednesday
all our
fucking,
kids' grades check.
yeah,
come
our
in
D
and-
lineman's mom took him to go fucking shop for school shit, and we're like, bro, we're like hitting all these stumbles going into a fucking Friday.
Or Monday, Tuesday of championship week, half the offense and defense is out because
Everybody's
they're sick.
dead. Everybody
everyone
was
was
sick.
We had a flu.
Blood going around.
We didn't.
We
We
had
didn't get
20
an actual
players.
practice until Thursday of Thanksgiving.
Everybody was
like,
sick.
bro.
We had 20.
damn.
We had like 25 players there on Wednesday, and like
was crazy.
4 of them were starters. We're like, whoa.
Right, and it sucks because you don't want an excuse, but like when you look at the big picture and you sit back and think, you're like, bro, half the team was out this whole week, bro. Like, what the fuck?
We have to play next man in.
We did win 9 straight though. That was kind of tough.
Sheesh,
That
real.
was kinda tough.
Hey,
Wait, was it
real-
9?
The 4 playoff games and then every game after.
Oh, it was
Mayfair.
almost right, or it was like
every
it was
game
at least
after
6,
Mayfair.
at least
every
6
game
years.
after Cabrillo, and that was 9 games.
No, we lost.
no after Milliken.
Milliken.
Don't
Whatever.
say don't say the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't say that name. Don't say that name.
It was
We'll
6.
beat them this year.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
beat 'em this year.
No, but
You started that demon.
Can we edit that?
yeah. For
Can we
real,
edit
for
this
real.
out
You
the
started
show?
that demon.
For real, but yeah, I saw the time and I was like,
Hey, this guy got a SC beanie on, man.
we were gonna talk about that to the second half.
Yeah, we
chill,
gonna
chill.
get to the second
We
one.
was gonna get deep into
We
the.
going to start about
All
on
right.
how
NDSC one-on-ones right now.
Straight up, it's crazy because they
Damn.
just started winning. That had dust on it 2 years ago. He had to get that out the attic because that's where he had put it.
Wow,
Because they was terrible for a long.
That's how
time.
deep you still had the beanie though.
You lucky I didn't wear my Vince
See,
Young
unlike
jersey today.
unlike Keith, Keith just started dusting his stuff off.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I had to dust. I'm
Hey,
telling you, dust it off.
Caleb got his offer and Keith started dusting off all his stuff. I'm like, all of a
I
sudden,
would've
Caleb
too.
gets his
Should've
offer. You want to
recruited
start
him. Hell, he was a
dusting
great
off
player.
for USC stuff.
Love
Shout
Caleb.
out-
See,
yeah,
Caleb
shout
follows
out
me, man.
Caleb.
I follow Caleb, man. He follows me. I follow him. We have a good relationship. I was trying to
Not
recruit
Caleb
Notre Dame.
Williams. Fool. I was talking about Caleb
Top
Fool.
four. Yeah, same Caleb.
Yeah,
I've been
Caleb,
trying
hey.
to get him to Notre Dame, because I'm like, look, you go to Notre Dame as a tight end, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
elite.
what are some of the tight ends you threw to?
Tight end you.
Let's hear it.
Koyak, Troy Nicholas,
Oh, you weren't
Durham Smythe, who's still with the
Miami.
Oh man, you talk about the smoothest career ever. Durham Smythe, shout out to you, Durham.
He just signed.
Man, this man is
Another deal.
He's the oldest Dolphin on the team.
Damn.
Like in terms of like been there the longest.
Yeah.
I'm like
It
Durham.
probably hasn't even been there.
When
like,
I
that
got hurt,
long.
Durham had an ACL and a shoulder. So I'm in one room, he in the other room, way worse than I was.
in the other medic room.
Man, I'm talking about leg up and the shoulder though. I just had the leg. I walked out before him, and so to see him still going, that's pretty dope.
Did a mini poll,
Oh, yeah,
asked some people watching this. We wanted some questions from the people.
You guys. the first one right
What is
here.
that first one? Oh yeah, so bet. Well, this one's more towards Malik.
I know who follows your account too, so I know who's asking.
Bro, we have like 600 followers.
I know who's asking this.
I know who's asking this. What were the perks being a Notre Dame top tier QB at a top level program? Also at a program that doesn't really have a lot of black quarterbacks.
I can answer that. He was getting NILs before NIL.
I wish.
Come after you like Reggie Bush.
It's definitely not the same as what you would think from a public school, just because, you know, Notre Dame is a school full of people that already got it. So you got to really be doing something special to impress other people. So you're just a regular kid trying to make it just like everybody else. And I think that's the neutralizing factor at Notre Dame. Is like, yeah, it's impressive you playing football, but to get there is hard as shit.
Yeah.
So everybody did something a little extra to get there. And so it's a more of a community where you don't feel like, oh, I'm by myself in my accomplishments. Like, everybody there has done something pretty fucking crazy if you got a chance to talk to them. But, I mean, you know, playing football at Notre Dame I just think it's different compared to playing football at Florida. And seeing the effects of that is just like, what you see on TV is more like Florida. What you see in real life when you're just known as a guy that plays football instead of the football player for, you know, your school, it's like, you know, you're in an open market. That shit is just, it is what it is. You got to work hard just like everybody else.
Did it feel different walking around campus with like teachers?
No, because that
students?
shit is hard in general. Like, just the day-to-day time management. Your ass still got to go to class. Your ass still got to get good grades. Your ass still got to be at practice on time. Yeah, you just realize, like, man, like, this is a great opportunity, but at the same time, you got to work hard, and there's no privileges on that aspect. Now,
like,
you know,
you're here to play football. My parents will kill me
There's
if I don't
only
get
few
fucking
dudes.
all A's.
only few dudes
Like-
ever that I've ever experienced that was like that at Notre Dame. That was one was Tuit. Like, I saw Tuit. He had a class with me my first semester at school, and this is his senior.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, how the fuck? But I'm like, okay, cool. Saw him the first day, didn't see him the whole time. Now, during this time, you know, if you don't go to class, you got study hall, you got all type of punishments. I didn't see Tuit again until the exam, and this is the whole semester.
Like, bro, he didn't even go to class. What the fuck?
I'm like, Tuit, you was in class for real? He's like, yeah, man. I was like, you ain't never come. He's like, I was doing homework with Elston. I'm like, oh, I know what that means. Like,
He wasn't
yeah,
doing
you
shit.
ain't going to class. But Elston probably tried to make him go to class first day. It was probably like, I'm not going.
This
And
is
that was
the,
about the end of the conversation. That about the end of the conversation right there.
The D lineman, right?
Yeah, D lineman,
Yeah,
yeah, he's
Stephon Tuitt.
6'7",
Yeah, Stephon
300.
Tuitt, yeah.
You know, Steelers
He's
ring of
retired
honor.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Steelers
well-
ring of honor probably or something.
You know, it's funny. There's a segue. There's a funny SNL bit with John Cena where he's an Alabama football player, and they got to do this whole presentation, and all the other students are putting up rocket science. And John Cena got a board with a banana, an orange, an apple, and something else nailed to a board. And they're like, "What is this?" And he goes, "Well, this is a green banana. This is a red banana. This is an orange banana. This is a yellow banana." And all the people up there, like the council's like, "Yeah, we'll give them an A." They're all wearing Alabama gear. The other students are like, "Excuse me. First of all, this ain't the project that we're
Straight
doing." They're
up.
like, "You know what type of game we have on Saturday?
That's
We
right.
don't care what type of project it is, bro."
That's what it
I
is.
was fucking rolling, bro. And he's wearing his jersey during the fucking
course.
exam,
Of
bro. I'm
courst.
dead.
Like, we're playing USC.
man.
Yeah, we don't got time for
that's
fucking
definitely
grades.
true for everywhere except Notre Dame. Like, Notre Dame, yeah, it's definitely better be
Like, you gotta be on
prepared.
Gotta
and,
be in
and,
class.
and gotta be on your P's and
Don't lie.
Q's. Because that's why they say it's not made for everybody. Because
Yeah.
you know, it's just not gonna happen where you're just skating by, doing the bare minimum. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
You know, you're just not
Nah,
gonna make it.
being at ND is tough. I mean, you're dealing with the academics, obviously the playbook. I'm speaking for the quarterbacks, and just all the pressure being a quarterback in that position. When Malik walks into a room, all eyes are on him, right? When he goes into training table, like to eat meals, all eyes are on him and the quarterbacks.
Shit, you have to know
Right, so
everyone's
It's
job.
like
and
some
shit.
elite shit.
Yeah, it's just more of an expectation, you know what I'm saying? If they was like, if your mom told you to watch over your brother and sister while she goes to the club on some irresponsible
Or
shit,
goes to work.
that's some pressure.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like, man, I gotta.
They're gonna try wilding out. I gotta.
It's like
control
if
this.
something bad happens, it's just no excuse for it.
Yeah.
That's just the same way for playing, you know, Notre Dame football. Is that like at the end of the day, win, lose or draw, you better come out on the better side of it, or you just not going to get the benefits that you would. But that's the risk reward that you take going to places like that for certain positions. You know, I don't know how it's like for other positions, other places. But for quarterback at Notre Dame, it's different at quarterback at Tulane, quarterback at.
Heavy is the head
Cincinnati.
that
Oh.
wears the crown.
Also, it's just the reward. It's like the fucking president. It's like you want that shit, to be
I
able
went
to
out there and slung it for 400
yeah, to play a
yards
good game and make a
4
call and,
touchdowns,
and,
motherfucker.
and,
With
and
the
hang out
left.
with whoever
Yeah.
you want.
Lucky
you know.
lefty. Shout out to the pod.
Lucky lefty,
Yeah.
lucky lefty.
Yeah.
Where's your
What I
mom
love-
at? Where's your mom at? For sure.
Damn.
What I loved about Malik, I keep wanting to say Z.
Bro, call him Z. We
We
know
always
Z.
say Z.
What I
This
love about
fucking-
Z and being a quarterback at Notre Dame was, those people in your family, they're the last ones to get there and the first ones to leave. That was you. That was a quarterback at Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
You were on a whole nother agenda. We were all hanging out as a team already. We're done with our meetings, and the quarterbacks arrived later because they did extra
Specialty.
beyond 110%. We talk about
Doing Batman
putting extra
training.
work. They had their own separate meetings,
Yeah.
and then we're still hanging out, and they're the first ones to leave. You gotta the expectations, the standards, all eyes on you. And I think what I loved about Z was he embraced it, and he stood out in any room on any field, and he's doing that now as a play caller at Lakewood, and so.
And nobody
Damn.
wants to be sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
shit.
anything
Oh,
yeah.
like
Sorry we
you know,
crap
you
is
go
not-
Well,
to
say that again one more time into the mic.
nobody truly wants the downside of being sorry. You
Yeah.
know, everybody wants to be lazy, but nobody wants the criticism of being lazy. So
And I think that's true because everybody says they want to be great, but no one's trying to put in the work or trying to be great.
I don't think everybody wants to be great though. I think people want the non-criticism. They
Well,
want
they'll
to do
say
just
it.
enough.
They want the idea of being great, but they don't want to work for it.
They want to be great and do just enough and get the same credit.
Yeah.
So when people face that criticism, I think certain things that you do in life in a position where, it's do or die. Like an airplane guy. Like you
Yeah.
either make it to the destination or you don't.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of my bads as an airplane.
Oh, hell
fuck
no.
Hell no. I just paid $300 to take me to Florida.
Yeah,
bro. You
so-
better get me there.
Better get me there. So it's a huge risk reward factor that I think certain people are accustomed to, but not everybody wants to be great. Not everybody wants to be an air pilot.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. So the greatness is definitely particular and specific to a person that wants to achieve it. It's not meant for everybody, but that's a good thing because to achieve something like that, I wouldn't want the pressure of flying 100 people across the country as my day-to-day job. What the fuck?
There's a lot
Well,
of
bro.
lies on your shoulders, bro.
Yeah, it's everybody trying to do
A lot of
that.
lies.
As bad or no, as sucky as it sounds, as a quarterback of a top program, you have a fucking
You
whole
are carrying the whole
student
shebang.
body, you have a whole fan base on your shoulders. So you kind of did that and more.
It's definitely an ego thing, when you solely thinking about just being the best and getting paid and doing all the necessary things as a background guy. Because as a quarterback, you're still a background guy because you're helping everybody else be better. That's the goal. So to be able to have a chance to be in a position like that is the benefit.
Yeah.
To even get a chance to, hey Vince, be the quarterback of Notre Dame. God damn, that's the reward.
That's huge. Yeah, that's,
So it's
huge.
great because now you can just dress it up however you
yeah.
go
Like,
about it. But to get the chance is the important part. That's
Yeah.
that's the part that matters. What you do with it is pretty subjective because everybody has 1,000 ways to skin a cat. It's crazy that a lot of things are used as a way of getting to a point. So getting to a point of being Notre Dame quarterback is like a level of success as an individual. It's like. Shit, that's like doing a World Guinness record because there ain't too
Yeah.
many people that have been
No,
there
that's-
and done
that's
that,
shit
and only
hard.
a few people know what it's like. Even being offered to Notre Dame and going.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, Coach. Tupo knows it's just you're different on an everyday wake up. You're required of a lot more, and it's the unsaid expectation of you better be on time. Or you better have your grades right.
Yeah.
Or you better pass the drug test. And nobody's openly saying, oh, you better do it. But if you miss it, it's the passive aggression. That's Notre Dame to a T. It's passive aggressive.
Well, that's
If you come late to a workout, they're not going to be like, oh, you're fucking late to a workout. It's like, oh, okay, just go ahead, fall in line, whatever. And the next day, you don't get no reps at practice.
hey, bro. Yeah.
Your ass looking around like, y'all don't love me no more? Like, what's going
Kick sinking.
Coach is treating you different. You just, they talking shit. You like, oh, man.
Well, that pretty much bleeds into the next poll question we got.
Oh, Well, I guess this one, this one's for you, Justin.
Let's
Well,
hear it.
we asked you one, so now we got to ask Justin. Someone asked, what is life after Indy?
Sucks.
You realize you're a regular person.
Right to
It
the point.
sucks if you don't have a bunch of money before you go. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Nah, the first couple years after
It's
being
weird.
at a place like Notre Dame, I'm sure any Division I student athlete, when their playing career is done, they go through a dark phase where it's like, what do I do next?
Yeah.
And I think for me, when I tried doing corporate America, I was getting ready to work for a company in Irvine, and it just wasn't me. And so I think my advice for any student athlete, who finishes up their playing career, you got to do what you love to do. And I think I made a decision that football was what I love and I have a lot of passion for. I can't play it, but how can I still be around the game? And that's why I picked up coaching. And now my whole thing is giving back. I'm using football, the game of football, as a vehicle to teach life to these the up and coming leaders of our neighborhoods, our country, and so
Because there's a lot of fucking soft people in the world, and that shit's embarrassing.
Some of them ain't up and coming.
Sick of that shit.
But
But you
real
learn
quick,
that.
before you keep going, and it makes like we talked about it previously on one of our other podcasts. Like we're not in this career to get rich. No one's getting rich off of coaching high school football.
Unless you
for
in
yourself.
Texas. Yeah.
Speak
well,
for
it depends
yourself.
where
Yeah,
you're at.
straight up.
Depends where you're
Straight
at.
up, yeah.
But like where we're at
Not
right
everybody.
now, but see how you used it is like you're repping it right now. Like you started your own thing, like the Lancer Sports Academy. Like there's other ways. If like you said, this is what you want to do, so you found another way to keep going.
And you say people are in this game for money or to get rich. I think for me, my perspective of being rich is how many lives can I impact?
Facts.
That passing on knowledge for generations to come, generational wealth to me is not money.
Exactly.
And I think the experiences that you gain affecting and changing lives and impacting the youth are greater than a bag.
Mm-hmm.
A bag of money won't go with you when you leave this earth.
Yeah.
Your experiences, the impact, the legacy you leave behind are forever. And so I think when you have that perspective and when money is secondary, you're going to not only change more lives, you're going to change your own life and you're going to be able to impact your households.
Yeah.
I'm married. I work with my wife. All right. She's on our staff as our strength coach.
Yeah.
I hired her on staff when I first met her at Milliken High School. And so
We don't say that name.
yeah. But I fell in love with her
School
as
down the
a
street.
professional, just like I've fallen in love with
Sure
all
you
of you
did.
as professionals.
Sure you did. Sure you did.
I definitely want to recap on that first interview. You wasn't asked too many coach questions.
Yeah, it was a-
What's your sign? Is not a determination of coaching ability.
Hey,
Nah,
Well,
she
it's
gives me shit all the time. I asked her, so where do you live? Who do you live with?
He was like, what do you like to eat?
Oh my god.
If we had a staff meeting, what are some places you recommend us meeting at?
She's
know-
looking at you like,
Listen, fellas, if you want to get your
shoot
future
or shoot,
wife,
motherfucker, shot and
become a
shot.
coach and hire her.
So we was
Come on,
we
you
would have
hire your
staff meetings.
wife. Perfect.
Oh, he's about to give us the
Fern,
scoop.
we would have staff meetings, right? And we would meet off campus.
Yeah.
We didn't want to always meet on campus.
It would be 1-on-1.
So after
What's that? It started when he hired Coach Lay. Started. And he only had one-on-ones with her. How you only have one-on-ones?
I set up staff meetings with Coach Lay, and she would get there and be like, "Where's all the other coaches?"
oh, this
They
guy
couldn't make it.
pulling the rug
Why
out.
are we at Red Lobster? It's only a table for two.
At a table for two. At a table for two.
What kind of staff meeting is this?
Guy walks up with the champagne on his arm. Here you go,
Yeah,
guys.
Tubo talks nothing about football.
So how's the weight room?
How's the weight room?
Oh man.
That's how you get it,
champagne.
fellas. Creative.
Hey, but look at him later. Worked out. He's like he said, he fell in love with it right away. Look at him now.
Boom.
Happy man,
Oh, yeah.
two kids.
Happy life, 2 kids.
State
what's crazy is
championship
I
on the
never,
horizon.
had coached on a staff with like an actual like full female input coach.
Definitely
And I
interesting.
honestly dope,
Never had
bro.
that
Like
before.
it is I'm not gonna lie, it's dope to have the mom voice.
It's refreshing.
It's
bro,
different,
sometimes
bro.
that mom voice is more aggressive than we are. I'm like,
Bro,
God.
low-key,
That's
she
why I'm
be
like, we need to
frying
hire
her mama.
Taiwan's
Yeah.
mama. We need to hire Taiwan's mama.
No,
If
bro.
you
Ladies
watching
enough.
this, we will hire you part time just to come and talk to the team when they out of
bro.
line.
Man.
Just come holler at the team when they acting up.
I'm all about
Just start
empowering women and women empowerment and having Coach Lay on staff. I think she's breaking those glass ceilings.
Yeah.
I think when she got into it, you know, she looked up to, I forget her name. She was the strength coach for the Raiders.
forget her name.
Oh,
organization.
that Mexican chick. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
And so, you know, they started the trend, the movement. Now there's coaches
There's a
in
shit
the
ton of female
NFL,
coaches in the
referees doing it big, and I that are females. And so I think it's great. And we invite more females to step into those football roles.
We can ask a real question though. Do you go home and tell her she needs to change the workout up? Sometimes do you like criticize? Do you ever like actually have to be Coach Tupo with her at home? Be like, listen, I need the biceps to be bigger. I need you to do something for that.
Do you want the rated R version?
Like, does coaching go home with you guys, where you guys talk about
You leave at the
coaching?
door?
She was into the weight life, so I'm like, how far can you know what I mean? Like that's kind of
Yeah, like how far does football go after you go home?
I think we have a special relationship.
Whoa.
We could, you know, when it's time to talk football, we're able to be professional about it, and we put our minds together.
Bro, I think anyone here knows at a certain time Justin's phone stops ringing, so that's when football goes out the window. He's in like dad mode. He's Justin.
Nah, for real.
Bro, you
Dad
hit
mode
Justin up, you be
happens
like, nope,
around
do not
7
disturb.
o'clock. That's dad mode.
Yeah.
But as you guys know, with anybody on staff, I'm all about letting you guys do your thing, right?
Yeah.
We have our meetings at the beginning. If there's ever a moment where I feel like I need to step in and have our one-on-ones and something needs to be changed, or I really like this and that. But other than that, I let you guys do your thing. And so that's what I love about our staff is I have the trust that you guys can go and handle your business. And I don't ever want to be micromanaging the coaches on staff. I think there's a reason you are on the staff to begin with. And if I'm over here telling you to change up this, and that, then you're not really able to do the things that I hired you to do. And so I think everyone on our staff brings something great to the table. And what I love about our staff too, you know, speaking about it, is everyone comes from different backgrounds. Everybody has different philosophies and different ways of running certain things. And I think at the end of the day, our staff does a good job keeping the main thing the main thing. And so we know why we're in it. We're in it to develop these young guys, but we're also there to win.
Yeah.
And so whatever it takes to get these kids ready for life and to get them ready to win the championship game when it presents itself again, that's why we're doing it.
Facts.
And so,
Have you ever had a chance to have a tough conversation? Like, what was that? You know, being a head coach, you gotta have those tough conversations. Did you prep yourself in the mirror? Like,
I don't know how the fuck you do
before
that.
you
man.
have-
Yeah,
I know.
you go in the
I know
mirror and
you
be
gotta-
like, all right, you're fired. Or all right, you're let go. Fuck, like, don't talk to me.
I think being at Notre Dame, you watch the coaching staffs, they bring their families to all the team events, right? They're invested. The families move from state to state. And then the next year, that coaching family's gone.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you got to separate, you know, your job from the personal relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of been the toughest thing for me to learn is at the end of the day, outside of football, I got nothing but love for you. But when it comes to the game of football, it's still a business.
Yeah.
And
Very
At the end of the
serious.
day, this is your name on this like
Very
whole thing.
serious.
right. And like I said, we're trying to get these kids to the next level. And if there's someone on our staff that's not helping
Yeah.
move us forward in that direction, then you got to have those tough conversations.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's not about the coaching staff. It's not about me. It's about the kids. Are we setting them up for success? And it's not even about winning championships. Are we setting them up for life?
Yeah.
Like, are the things that we're doing as a staff, position coach to coordinators, are we being great examples and setting them up for success to be leaders in the community, to be fathers?
Yeah.
Right. And I think it makes those conversations easy to have. Those tough conversations is easy when you have that mindset and perspective about keeping the kids first.
That's wild because like the previous school I worked at, we were there for a minute, and it was just like, say if we were the 4 core, that was it.
Oh,
It was just 4 running the whole fucking team, right?
God
So
damn.
then to come over here, and not like changes are made. Season's not happening the way it is. In the first season, second season, like shit's flying. I got over here. I was like, damn, I'm dodging bullets like the fucking Matrix. My guy,
straight up.
Justin ain't kidding. He want to fucking win,
Oh, yeah.
but not like in a bad way. It was just more like I felt like I was ready for it. So like, if it feels weird, but like previous school, I'm working for an older, taller, bigger, meaner Justin.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
that
so-
guy.
So
Probably
Simone-
Justin when
Yeah,
he's like
fuck
fucking
that guy.
65, bro. But he got me to where I was at. So then to come over here, it was kind of like I was ready for all of it. Justin started snapping on us. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm at home. This is tight. He's yelling. Good shit. We
But
gotta
see,
get our
I
shit
could,
right.
But see, I could snap on our coaches. I could snap on players because I've invested money into that account.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna. I can't snap on you, and before that, I don't hang out with you. I don't
Yeah.
even know who you are as a person. I don't know what your family life is.
Yeah.
I tap in with every coach, with every player.
Yeah.
I've invested into those accounts.
That-
So now when I'm gonna take from it,
Yeah.
now when I'm about to
Damn, what I'm
grill
gonna
you,
take from it.
Yeah.
now when I'm gonna go off on you and hold you accountable, the response is gonna be, okay, I know that he's doing this for my best interest.
Yeah.
No,
How'd you know you wanted to coach?
damn, I was like, hold on. Before we get
Yeah,
to
I had
that.
to ask him that shit.
Damn,
How'd you know
hold
you
on.
wanted to coach, bro?
No, but right before you get to that,
Because, like, how do you get to...
no, but just like you said, like you
Not bad.
invested into those accounts. Like we talked about, or Vince was in there earlier. I had a meeting, and I was just talking to these players, and I was like, if I snap on you, it's not because I'm just snapping on you just for the fun of it. I'm snapping on you because I actually care. Like with a coach, I'm like, I had times, and I was talking to a whole new group of players. I was like, I snap on Vince, and he's one of my closest friends. I'm like, but he knows when we leave here, we're still gonna be
gonna go
friends
get a
after the
beer.
end of the day. Like you,
Right.
like you said, you're the head coach, and you're gonna snap on a coach. Like you snap on Z. You've been friends with Z for a long time. Z's not gonna go home and be like, man, fuck Justin. He snapped on me. Like I don't want to talk to him ever again. Like Z knows at the end of the day, this is a business, and we
about
step out of
winning.
this, you're still gonna be friends at the end of the day.
It's about winning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
it's about
literally.
winning. Like you said, like I said, at the end of the day, your name's on this. Like, and the 562 is gonna say Justin and Tupou in Lakewood. It's not gonna say Z, Vince, Justin, Fern. It's
Yeah.
gonna say Justin and Tupou and Lakewood.
But hey, it's funny though, because like my other head coach, we would get in like bickering arguments, like in the middle of the game. He'd be yelling at me about some shit. I'm like, bro, fuck, leave me alone. And he'd come up to me like 2 minutes later, like, hey, Vince, freak.
Half the time I'll be agreeing. I'll be like, you fucking right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you
But
right.
that-
We
that-
fucking suck.
That's
We
what
need
makes
to get better.
That's what makes me laugh with like,
cost us better
bro,
plays.
this fool Justin will snap, and like 5 minutes later, like,
Yeah, I
man,
like
I
this.
was
I
like,
like
no,
this
bro,
stuff.
don't even say my bad. I know we were fucking up. We had to fucking fix this.
Dripping in blood and shit.
Oh, hey, man, this.
All right, now ask me your question.
Nah, straight up, I definitely wanted to ask, that coaching step. I mean, as a head coach, is different than offense, defense coordinator because you got to do all the other extra stuff. Is it take away from the football stuff for you, or do you feel like you're a manager and less like a coach?
Yeah, it definitely takes away from your time being able to dial in on the X's and O's and being in all the meetings with the team. But I think that's what's great about being in my position now, 9 years later. First year, I was trying to do everything as an early coach.
Yeah, bro.
But now I'm able to delegate tasks, and things run smooth when you're able to trust the people in your circle and on your staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that comes along with like you said, just trust. Like, shit. A lot of the times, like in the spring or right after football season, the winter season, shit, we weren't there. But like you said, he trusts Vince. Vince was there, and Vince was able to hold it down. Lay was there. Like you're able to trust people. But shit, if you don't got trust, then he's gonna have to be there all the time and be.
I say it's hard in high school because I've seen like the shitty part of it, where
Yeah.
coaches come in and try and snake your job or
yeah.
try and make you look shitty, and they're like, bro, it's just high school. We're not even making money like that.
No,
And
I
you-
take that shit serious.
And you put I've seen
take that
the,
shit serious.
the shitty end where like you think you can trust a coach and he try to pull the rug on you and do some weird shit. Like it's
talking to admin and be like, yeah, he's not the right guy for this.
no, and then I still tap in with other coaches I know at other schools and like, bro, you know what? One of our coaches told our AD, like, I'm like, bro, like you just hear, I'm like, bro, this is high school. This ain't high school for
It's politics,
adults.
man.
Like y'all are really politicking in high school as a
sure.
coach,
Like
bro.
that head coaching stipend's only like $500 more, my guy.
Bro, and then you got people
is
saying,
real life.
like, oh,
You
this,
die
that.
about
I'm
this
like,
shit.
bro, it's savage out here. Like, damn,
All right, well, you asked him what got you into the coaching
Man,
game.
I love coaching. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Hey, but you know what? Earlier when you talked about it, you're like, yeah, Bro, I forget. You've only been coaching for like 3 years. You like
Yeah,
fresh into
man.
this.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I love coaching. I
But you
think
like
this shit
really
is-
invested into your thing.
Man, I don't know if it's just because I got a lot of pent up football career aggression, or I just, man, like it's nothing better than trying to convince somebody to do it the right way. And when it happens the right way, you like, I told you.
Yeah.
Like, I if you just do it, I can take you there. You know?
Shirt up halfway and shit. Fucking show
Yeah,
tabs
like,
and
I
shit.
mean, I
Zeke
really-
out there 7 on
2
7.
headsets later.
Yeah, 2 headsets broken.
I tell you what, I love coaching. I love just the investment of what you've learned, and if you really learned it, you can teach it to somebody else.
Yeah.
And I just think that effort of trading that value and how it affects the kids, that you start with a basic relationship with them where you don't know much about them.
And kids are funny, bro.
Kids are funny, bro.
You know what's crazy? All these years of coaching high school is literally like, you can have a staff of 16,
Straight
but they
up.
literally go, only those 4 know what they're talking about. Bro, I swear, it's weird.
And watching them grow
they
up-
fucking narrow it down, and they're like,
Man,
only
it's-
those 4 know what they're talking about. I respect the other coaches, but
Yeah.
like,
Only those
And
4 know
for
what the
not
fuck.
having kids, coaching is the next best thing.
oh, facts.
Because you watch those fucking kids grow up and they're just like their own people.
Yeah.
And then to have the investment of knowing you're making them better and having some value to their life, it's nothing like it.
Yeah.
You know, and you get as intense as you do as if it was yourself, because you buy into what the kids is bringing
Yeah.
every day. And I
Broken
think that's,
headset over here.
and it's crazy because you know what? It's what it's about. You know, I can think less about money when I know I'm investing into these kids every day. I'm getting to practice every day. I know the kids respond to it in all type of ways.
Yeah.
But it's the, you get to the Friday nights and they executing and they doing well
Shit's
and they
next level.
winning.
Yeah, it's
It's
beautiful.
next level. It's next level as a feeling, because you can't, other than playing, you really can't
That's
get
literally
that
the
from
next best
somewhere
thing.
else. Yeah, it's nothing like impacting the kid on an immediate level.
Yeah.
Instant gratification is all of us in a way, and coaching is the best thing for that, because I mean the kids, especially when they start listening, like Montreal's story, and him being a hard-head ass kid, you just gotta yell out every day to being, he took it serious. It was a
Yeah.
point where I'm like, oh, you care.
Yeah.
It was just him caring.
It took some
Was a
Dave's
huge
Hot
thing.
Chicken and
Yeah, it took a lot of
my guy
work.
out. Yeah, a lot
but
of work.
you feel responsible for that.
Yeah.
And then when you see him get a scholarship, he's signing on signing day. You like, man, you wasn't about to sign if it wasn't for a lot of work put in.
There was a lot of conversations.
Yeah, a lot of conversations
from
we had
many
with
different
Chaz,
coaches on the side.
because
like,
you didn't believe.
But
you
I
know?
think like
That
we
was
talked about
cool.
earlier, Vince could like say something like we were talking about Montreal, because that's that was who he put a lot of his time into. That's how he got paid. Like seeing Montreal get like his offer, go to the
it's
next
like you got
level.
offers.
Now,
Yeah,
but now
yeah.
like that's worth like fucking thousands and thousands of dollars. Like seeing his guy go to the next level. Like, oh fuck.
we all had a hand in helping him get a college shot.
Yeah.
Now it's on you.
No, so yeah, after
What
this,
did you learn from us? How you gonna carry that? Like, it's on you now. So,
But I know I set you up, and I
gave
gave
you
you
the
a
alley.
vision.
I throw you the
yeah.
lob, yeah.
gave you the alley-oop,
Lob City
bro.
over here.
Definitely, you get that feeling of it's better assisting than
Lakewood High
than
School,
dunking that one.
Lob City. We throwing lobs to the next level.
Yeah,
Look at that. Wow.
Wow.
Man, this has been a fucking, I would say, a quality episode.
I've
We
had
had
a
the
lot of fun.
Irish
Talk a lot of
Invasion.
shit.
Y'all want to keep going? He's like looking at the phone.
wait, how
like,
much? How
I
much
got
time
to
y'all
See my
got?
timer.
Yeah. The
We had,
time is running low.
we had-
I gotta
seven-
make a call. We gotta have a break. I gotta make a call to get extra time.
7:12. So
We had, hey babe, listen, they had a
It's
couple
getting
more
real over
topics.
So we sitting there at Rancho Verde. It's that last 2 seconds of the game. We're gonna ask both of you, what are y'all thinking when we gonna send? We send the house.
It's
Before we got to that point and we were deciding whether we were going to punt or go for it on that 4th down, all right? And Z came up. He was like, we can get this
Yeah.
1st down and extend and run the clock out. So Z's coming out. He's confident. He's got a play call ready.
He's ready. OC vibes.
Me, I look back on everything that's happened throughout the year.
Yeah.
you're having a flashback of.
I'm having a flashback about
in
where
in like 5 seconds. Like
So I'm thinking about where our Red Swarm has come from week 0 to now. All right. Not saying I wasn't confident that the offense was going to get the first.
You were right, though. Take your first gut. Because I have some plays where I'm like, shit, I'm ready, but I ain't ready.
He's like, we know what got us here.
And,
Straight up.
and
Our
deep-
defense
you know,
got us here.
And being a defensive player in the past and having that defensive mindset, winning defense wins championships. I do think offenses now are winning championships.
Yeah,
We're
for
seeing
sure.
the game shift. But me being defensive minded, old school, and I leaned on the Red Swarm in that moment. And so the last 2 seconds, when the pressure was working for us, it was a no brainer to keep it going. And so they responded, and the rest was history. And I'll never forget that moment.
Because, we have that one video,
Facts.
the first video on our Instagram where Vince talks about, he calls the blitz. He looks at you. He looked back. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Hey, and I remember because it's Vince, you,
Yeah.
and me, and we all look at each other and
State
we're like,
championship
hey,
confidence.
if we're going to go to the ship, we're going to ride on our blitz.
CIF confidence.
Because
right
you
there.
can't be on the sideline and be like,
Yeah.
maybe we should. It's fuck it, let's go.
Because I remember I looked at you and I was like, we have a timeout. And I looked at you and I was like, let's not call it timeout, bro. Why call it timeout? Gonna give them a chance to,
It is what it is.
draw their play up.
I think with anything in life, right there, you get to those moments in life where it's like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna do it.
Risk it.
Just let it ride.
You gotta, and that's where you're gonna grow the most. In the moments where you decide, all right, I'm all in on this decision, whether it works or not, we're gonna grow from this.
Exactly.
And we came out victorious. It was a great moment.
Bro,
Round
I
of
felt
feet.
like I felt all goofy because my hands was ready to signal, and I was like, "Wait, turn and ask this fool," and my hands are still stuck here, and I'm like, "You're good? We're doing it." That's what we're doing. I was like, "Oh shit!" It's getting
Bro,
real.
and I remember I looked at him, Justin, I'm like, you have a timeout. You have a timeout.
Yeah,
It's
it's those moments that bring us together for sure.
I'm the
because
I'm the devil on the shoulder, like blitz them all.
That blitz, yeah, that blitz was
First
it.
the angel, like call a timeout.
Bro, I feel
call a
like that-
timeout,
I feel
call a
like-
timeout.
I feel like
The timeout would have fucked us.
No, but I feel like that's my role.
The timeout would have
That's my
fucked us.
role.
The
I have
timeout
to
would
remind
have
him,
fucked
like,
us.
you have a timeout. You don't have to
Because
use it.
we was back there the whole game.
Yeah.
Dude was pretty slippery, but we was back there. So with money on the line, I'm definitely like, go for it. Fuck it.
Oh,
Get
so
us
you
out.
was feeling the same way.
Oh, I was like, fuck it, go for it. Because what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
we
at
had
that point.
semis. I go to the banquet saying we tried. Fuck.
Because
Hey.
realistically, think of it. You send 3, right? You send 3. You
Too much opportunity.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You let everyone else drop back.
opportunity.
You give them all that time. We
All
don't have
that
we don't
time.
have a time to get the ball back. There's 2 seconds left.
Yeah, it was over. Game was over. that was
So
last
might
play
as
of
well
the game.
blitz it all. Get there. Hey, you know
And
what?
we hit. We
hit.
got that bit. We got that.
That's how you wanted to end it, huh? You was waiting to ask that, huh?
Yeah, you know. Was coaching D-line last year? No longer. Got stripped from my duties.
Nah, that's all right.
Hey, all I know is the LB ended the game. So hey,
Straight up.
Hey,
Straight up.
Hey, but
Straight
man,
up.
all we can say is appreciate y'all from stopping by. Y'all did y'all thing, you know.
It's
The
a must.
Irish invasion came in and killed it.
Appreciate
We
you
gotta
guys.
do this again. Maybe during the season, you know.
Shout out Lit
Only if we
Outlet
win.
Players Club.
Hey,
Appreciate
hey,
you guys.
Hold on, we're gonna have an outside source outlet question that only. Oh fuck.
Here he comes.
Hey, Justin, why your face so thick? It just look like spam. Why your face look like spam? Is that Polynesian shit?
That's right. It's that Polynesian shit.
Why you got that manti face?
Hey, but that shit good though. Hey, and it goes good with eggs and rice.
That's right.
I want to eat that face.
Great with eggs and rice.
Damn it, bro. This fool, like a little kid sitting here asking.
No longer
Ready.
allowed on the sideline.
God damn.
Sideline pass.
Who let him
revoked.
in?
Bro,
Yeah,
who let-
Who
sideline
gave him a
pass
field
revoked.
pass?
Oh my god.
feel bad from Rock.
No, no longer
It
allowed
expired.
on the sideline.
Damn it, you
Since last year. Oh,
Like this player
fuck.
doesn't even play here anymore.
Oh man, that was.
Nah,
fucking
but hey, this episode, hey man, this episode was fun. So we gotta do this again. So we got Justin Utupo, we got Malik Zaire, Players Club. I'm
Where's your
Coach
mom
Fern.
at?
Big Vince.
Checking out.
Ayo.